Hello everyone, it is UnsungNPC back again with another class video. Today we are looking at the Barbarian. Barbarian is one of my least favorite classes just because I'm not a big fan of the rage mechanic, but I don't ignore their power and prowess in terms of melee combat. So we're going to dive in here. I should let you guys know that I use a mod in my game called Call of the Wild. If you've seen my other class videos, you know this already. But it adds archetypes and changes some things in how other classes and how base classes function, and alters it to be closer to the actual tabletop Pathfinder game core rules, which is why I love it. Because I think the closer to core rules, the better. And I think that Owlcat recognizes that as well. And Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous is going to be even closer to the way things should be than this game is. But this game is still awesome. So we have Barbarian, Armored Hulk, Mad Dog, and Invulnerable Rager. Those are the base game classes here. Pack Rager, Untamed Rager, and Beastkind Berserker are the ones added by the mod. So like I said, Call of the Wild, it's on the Nexus. It's made by Holic92. Fantastic mod. Highly recommended because it adds a bunch and doesn't really take anything away that, you know, will ruin your experience. Alright, so the Barbarian. Barbarians are pretty straightforward, I feel like, in terms of class. There's the Rage power, right? So Rage offers bonuses. It's 4 plus your Constitution modifier for how many times you can rage in a day. While raging, you get +2 on melee attack rolls, melee damage rolls, thrown weapon damage rolls, and will saving throws. And then you take a -2 to armor class. And then you also gain 2 temporary hit points per level. Or per hit die, but basically per level. So, and then you become fatigued afterward. Alright? At Greater Rage, all those bonuses go to +3 instead of +2 or +1, no, +2. And in addition, the amount of temporary hit points gained while entering a rage increases to 3 per hit die, which is pretty cool. And then at Tireless Rage, you're no longer fatigued, that's a pretty late time to gain that ability in my opinion, because fatigue is a pain in the butt. But there it is, no longer fatigued. And then Mighty Rage, where everything gets to +4, which is just insane. And then they have Rage powers, and we are going to be taking a look at the Rage powers and the different things that are offered there. They also get Danger Sense, which is a +1 to reflex saves and AC against traps. And yeah, traps. Damage reduction as well, up to 5 points there, which is pretty cool. Damage reduction allows you to subtract that damage from an attack against you. You get fast movement, so +10 feet, only while wearing no light or medium armor and not carrying a heavy load. Uncanny dodge, and then improved uncanny dodge, and then indomitable will, which is fantastic, because a barbarian is the last person you want to be dominated and attacking your own party. So pretty standard stuff. Armored Hulk, as you can see here, Armored Hulk changes the uncanny dodge and canny dodge stuff for armored indomitable stance, which is +1 to combat maneuver checks and to CMD, and reflex saves against trample, and then also armored swiftness and improved armor swiftness. So just being able to move faster while wearing heavier armor. And then they also gain the resilience of steel, which is an increased AC bonus that stacks up as you level up. Still maintaining the damage reduction and the rage benefits and the rage powers. So if you're looking for a tankier barbarian, this is the way to go. Next we have Mad Dog. Mad Dog is your barbarian with an animal companion. I think this is probably the more overpowered barbarian archetype. I think it's awesome compared to the others. Getting an animal companion right out of the gate. And you get pack tactics, so bonus on attack rolls while you guys are flanking, on top of the bonuses from attack rolls for raging, which is cool. You do get raging a little bit later, but, you know, animal companion, right? Ferocious fetch, so you get improved trip as a bonus feat. And then throat cutter, which is where if you bull rush, overrun, or trip someone, the animal companion gets to make an immediate attack of opportunity against that opponent, which is just crazy. So that's throat cutter's awesome ability right there. Still a little bit of damage reduction. You still got your danger sense, and you're only missing like one. You're missing a lot of rage powers, but the animal companion leveling up with you is a very nice benefit, and animal companions are fun no matter what class you're playing. The last base class is the Invulnerable Rager. This class is defensive as heck, okay? On top of your rage powers, your fast movement, you get lots of damage reduction all the way up to DR10, which is just insane, right? And then you get extreme endurance. So you get 1 point of fire resistance and 1 point of cold resistance, which increases up to 6, which is whew, and then still Indomitable Will. So I think this is a good one for maybe, honestly, I like this better than Barbarian. So if you're not wanting a super tanky Barbarian, but you want a Barbarian that like still can take some stuff, take some hits, but not on the AC side, this is a great Barbarian sub archetype here. I like it better than the plain old Barbarian for sure. Next up is Pack Rager. This one's a little weird because it revolves around teamwork feats for your Barbarian. So you get a bonus teamwork feat every so often, and then you gain the ability to give your teamwork feats to your allies. So you choose a teamwork feat to give to your allies within 30 feet. Then you can choose 2 feats. Then you can grant these teamwork feats as long as within 60 feet. And then eventually you can choose 3 teamwork feats. Which, I mean, that does get a little crazy depending on which teamwork feats you choose. But I don't do a lot of teamwork feat builds. I do like teamwork feats for characters that can give themselves solo teamwork feats, like Inquisitors. But I'm not a big teamwork build person, so I don't really know how this would play out. But I mean, it seems interesting, for sure. And then you still get Danger Sense and Rage Powers here as well. Untamed Rager. This is a Barbarian that gets Dirty Tricks. So you get Improved Dirty Trick, Greater Dirty Trick. You get bonuses to your Intimidation checks, which is great for Kurnigan Smash. If you watch my strength character build video, that is... Kurnigan Smash is a great way to fear people as you're attacking them. So intimidation checks helpful for that. And then Dishonorable, you get +1 on the combat maneuver checks on dirty tricks and to resist dirty tricks. So it's kind of like a dirty trick bard. We'll have to... I don't quite know what exactly Dirty Trick does per se, so we can probably dive into that as well and kind of see how that plays out. And then Beastkind Berserker, which I think is a fun one, which is Barbarian, where while you're raging or whatever, you can turn into a animal. So wolf, leopard, dire wolf, bear, mastodon, and smilodon. I mean, a Barbarian raging, getting those stat bonuses, and then turning into a Mastodon with those stat bonuses. Oh man, just a raging Mastodon is not something that I'd want to fight ever in my life. So that's crazy. You sacrifice a little bit of rage power, but I mean, getting to turn into an animal, hello. And then you get Danger Sense and still 5 points of damage reduction and your Uncanny Dodge. And then you have increased points into lore nature. So more of a nature barbarian, but like, man, shape. I just can't get over raging mastodon. That is just scary, scary creature. I would not want to be a part of that situation. Whew. Okay. So we're gonna take a look at. We'll go to Untamed so we can take a look at Dirty Trick and the different rage powers available for barbarians. So we're gonna get through this real quick. Favored class is also a mod by Holic92. Great mod. Being able to choose these bonuses and getting access to some different ones based on your race as well. And it pairs nicely, as you can see, fetchling requirement. That's because if you have the Space Hamster 2 created a mod called Races Unleashed that adds a few different races to the game, and I think that they are great, and favored class pairing with that nicely is awesome. So we'll just give me the strength, the con, right? Okay, a little bit of dex, yada yada. I'm not really focusing on builds right now. Oh, bastard sword, sure. Okay. So we are looking for... That's dirty fighting. No, dirty trick. So the different feats here, some of them might not seem familiar to you. That's because a lot come from the mod. The mod adds a lot of feats. So keeping an eye out for those. I just wanted you to tell me what improved Dirty Trick does. Or what Dirty Trick can do. So Dirty Trick. So, okay. You can attempt to hinder a foe in melee as a standard action. If your attack is successful, the target takes a penalty. The penalty is limited to one of the following: blinded, entangled, or sickened. Oh. Okay. What does improved do? Or greater? I don't see it, but yeah, I mean, that's crazy. So you can just blind someone. That's fun.
I lead, you follow.
Alright. We're gonna take a look at some of these rage powers, my dudes. Okay, rage powers. Now, some of these are from the mod as well. These are not all base game ones. But you've got the different resistances while raging, which is cool. Animal Fury and Beast Totem are both gaining bites and stuff, but Beast Totem stacks and eventually you can get different Beast Totems. Atavism, Celestial, Daemon, and Spirit Totem are all different pathways that you can take for those totems. Sonic resistance as well. Lethal Stance is +1 attack rolls. Reckless Stance is 1 attack roll but -1 to AC. Guarded Stance is +1 to AC. Quick Reflexes is an additional attack of opportunity. Superstition is spell resistance. And Swiftfoot is another speed enhancement. Alright. So if we open up the different... Like, what do these totems become? There's different things here. So there's Witch Hunter. If you have Superstition, you can get bonuses to attacking spellcasters. Barbarian and being immune to paralysis. Terrifying Howl to shaken all enemies. Taunting Stance. Enemies gain bonuses to attack and damage, but every attack against a barbarian provokes an attack of opportunity. Okay, if you make like a Armored Hulk type of barbarian, Taunting Stance seems amazing paired with that. So Spirit Totem is just building on Like, man, Barbarian gains a 20% mischance against ranged attacks and melee attacks by creatures that are not adjacent to the Barbarian. And then living enemies adjacent to take 1d12 points of negative energy. In addition to a slam attack. My gosh. Alright. Jeez. There's a lot of things in here. Disruptive. DC to cast spells defensively increases for people next to you. Clear Mind. You can re-roll a will save that's failed. Deadly Accuracy. If you have Lethal Stance, you apply double the Lethal Stance bonus when rolling to confirm critical hits. +3 to touch AC. Okay, so Ghost Rager. Increased damage reduction. You can take that up to 3 times. So it's a great stacking of increased damage. It increases it by 2 as well. So if you're doing the Invulnerable Rager, you can get your damage reduction up from 10 to 16, which is a lot. Okay, so Reckless. So Inspire Ferocity gives everyone the Reckless Stance bonuses and penalties. Interesting. Protecting Vitals, so against bonuses to confirm crits. If you have Guarded Stance, you can take that. So yeah, Renewed Vigor is a good one. I use this one with my Barbarian Companion. Getting to heal 1d12 plus Constitution modifier. The 1d12 stacking up every 4 levels. Really nice. So there's a lot of different things you can play with here. Beast Totem, man, claws and stuff. Barbarian Celestials are spell resistance against evil spells, +2 against saving throws for those. Okay, so no one can be invisible next to the Barbarian. That's cool. Impose negative levels on critical hits. And if you kill a creature, you heal 5 points. I like that one. That one's cool for like an Invulnerable Rager where you're not necessarily like super tanky, but maybe you want some additional health and damage reduction. Getting to heal yourself while you kill things. I dig it. Yeah, so there's a lot of different Barbarian powers here that you can play around with. But Untamed Rager seems interesting. Blinding people for fun. Yeah. And now for Barbarian, you do have to be anything that's not lawful. You can't be a lawful Barbarian, but you can be just about anything else. I still think the Mad Dog Companion is good, and the Armored Hulk is good. And I like Invulnerable Rager. It's just take that instead of a regular Barbarian every time. Uncanny Dodge is not worth missing out on 10 points of damage reduction, in my opinion. Build it however you want, though. Some good choices there. If you're new, I hope this video helped you figure out kind of like if you wanted to play a Barbarian, what are the options here? If you're a veteran, I hope maybe you want to download the mod. It's Call of the Wild on the Nexus, you know, be a dirty tricker Barbarian maybe. Yeah, do it. Keep an eye out for Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous coming out just around the corner. It's gonna be sweet. And some of these modded classes are in Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. So, I mean, if anything, adding the mod just gets you prepared for the next game coming up, in my opinion. So, keep an eye out for that. Other class videos are coming on the way. I'm doing one for every class, including the modded classes. So keep an eye out for all of those. My name is UnsungNPC. I hope that I have been helpful to you guys or given you a little bit of a fresh perspective. Just kind of help you understand what these powers can do for all these classes. But thanks for watching this video, and I will catch you at the next one.